Having kids in a bus can be difficult. Not gonna lie, it's not always easy.
Building a bus by yourself, it's kind of learning as you go.
So the bathroom is probably my favorite spot.
Do not wait till you're retired to follow your dreams.
Yeah, do it now. Hi, we're Dina and Chris. Come take a tour. Welcome to our kitchen, where most of the magic happens. Here we have a farm sink, and it's extra large because I wanted an area to bathe the children. They take baths in here together, which is really great. Also, it kind of works as storage, so when we're on the go and moving around, we can throw all of our stuff in there, any like knickknacks lying around. And if I don't want to do the dishes, I can just throw them in there. And also the countertop, the butcher's block, actually comes over the top so that it acts as like a hideaway storage space, which is really cool. I saw this on a bunch of different YouTubes. Everybody has this. It's like the ultimate faucet for a big farm sink. It can reach all over, and again, it kind of works as a shower for the kids, which is kind of nice. I also really loved floating shelves. I know that was kind of a trend for a while, and I asked my husband, how can we have a floating shelf in the bus? And he kind of looked at me funny and was like, there's no way. So we kind of worked together and came up with, it's a little barrier that holds all of our cups and stuff. And honestly, it works really well. So we have my floating shelf with his little invention of keeping everything from falling off of the shelf while we're moving. I wanted some really delicate curtains, which these kind of worked out great. They're from IKEA, and they're really actually very cheap. They're really easy to install, and they're not too overwhelming, and they tuck away really nicely. Next, I have my stove, which is a 4-burner stove and oven. I think it's about 14 inches. It works for almost everything. I can't cook Thanksgiving dinner in here, but I can actually like do a few different plates at the same time. We have the exit door, which was my husband's idea, to cut the exit door in half and use it kind of as like an escape hatch. I love this because the door comes up like a window, and I can see the kids playing outside while I'm cooking. I can yell at them, come in for dinner. It's great. It works out really nicely. This corner is kind of our snacks, bread, breakfast nook. It has bamboo little shelves and a bamboo little shelf with window, which is kind of nice because you can kind of see what you want before you grab it. They're from Amazon. They were just an easy purchase, and it fit perfectly. This is really neat. We have a trash compactor, which I haven't seen in a lot of tiny homes, but it works out wonderfully because it stows away, it rolls out. It's kind of, trash is such a thing in places. Like, I didn't want a big trash bag hanging out and people running over it and tripping on it. So this has been great. My parents actually gave us this, and it works perfectly. We have an apartment-sized fridge, which was a non-negotiable for me. I really needed enough so we could go like 2 weeks without stopping at the market. We have a bunch of meat in here and stuff for the air fryer. We love our air fryer. We actually have that up here, and it's a 7-in-1 Cuisinart. It's a toaster oven, air fryer, broiler, also an oven. I wouldn't do too much in there as an oven, but it works really well. So that's up here, and along with our little water temperature gauge, which is great. We have a really cool pantry. I thought I'd need a bigger pantry, but honestly, this works really well. It's pretty deep. It holds a ton of stuff. The only thing we had to do was put on these little locks. Because they're heavy, they tend to slide out when the bus is rocking and moving kind of fast or stopping fast. So we kind of put locks on everything just to make sure it was, a safety reason for that. The last part of the kitchen that is probably my favorite spot is the coffee nook. So you open up this door, slide out this drawer, and then you have the spin coffee maker. It's something that my husband and I love. It makes tons of different coffees, from cappuccinos, lattes, espresso shots, iced coffees, and also hot water for tea. This has been an amazing part of the bus. It's kind of like one of those things where I'm in bed with the kids, he wakes up and makes me a coffee, or I make him a coffee, and you can actually do it from your phone, which is really cool. We usually stop at farmers markets and local markets and buy local coffee beans, which is amazing because we're always just trying new stuff. So that keeps it kind of fresh and fun. So I love that. That's been an amazing part of the bus for us. First of all, we're brand new at this.
Took the leap of faith.
2 months in, I think.
Well, yeah, she said, "You want to buy a school bus?" And I said, "What?"
We were living in Montana on a ranch, and we thought that was our dream life, and it might be one day, but we really just kind of missed people. We missed traveling, we missed adventure, we missed just excitement in our life, and so we thought, why not?
We met through adventure, and so an excuse to take off and have a great adventure instead of waiting till you're retired to have that adventure, especially having small kids. We watched our 4-year-old go from 1 to 4 in seconds.
Yeah, it happens quick. So the kids are small, we're still young and active. Why not see the US, maybe even South America, maybe Canada, Alaska. The adventure is just beginning, so this is the perfect way to do it. And
the learning curve, we're like here and it's steep. We're learning a lot.
Yeah, we are here at the bus fair actually to like learn from people that have been doing this for years.
Get a Rolodex of numbers of like, can you help me with this? What does this button
solar,
do?
Electricity, plumbing, all of the things. So yeah, we love our bus. It's been a trooper already. Yeah, we're in it for the long haul for now. We'll see, maybe a year or two, who knows?
Yeah, as long as it takes us.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm Wes with Transcend Existence and my shop Dark Wolf Artisans here. We're installing an awning today on my rig actually. It's a RecPro manual powered awning, so stay tuned. The install is pretty easy on this thing. A little bit of learning curve, but overall super easy to install these things. The quality of this thing is really nice too. Everything bolted up just perfectly. Seems like all the hardware's good hardware. And the durability of the canopy itself seems pretty thick, and it looks like it's gonna last for quite some time. Man, this is so great. I got so much shade. It's gonna be really great. Super stoked. Thank you so much, RecPro, for sponsoring this, and I really appreciate it.
Welcome to our living room. The coziest place in the bus, I would say, because I made the cushions myself. We used like a Tempur-Pedic, really soft, like 4-inch Tempur-Pedic. And then I went ahead and bought organic wool batting. And then I bought the denim. It's Japanese denim. I found it on eBay. It was very decently priced, and I just whipped up these cushions. They have zippers, so I wash them. I'd say denim is good because we have 2 large dogs and 2 crazy kids, and so I'm constantly like taking off the covers and washing them. So I needed something really durable and sustainable. So the cushions are awesome. Underneath the couch are 3 different storage areas. And also under the couch is all of our batteries. Right here is actually our propane heater. We have 2 different heaters in the bus, but I do not like cold weather. So I asked Chris if he could install something else other than the back mini split. And so he came up with this. We had this in our Can-Ham. That was our first build. And it works wonderfully. And it uses propane. And propane's, really simple, easy to get to. So another detail that I really love about our bus build is these gold mirrors. This is an acrylic plastic mirror, and I found it on Etsy. They sent it to me in like 3 days from LA, and it became basically our medicine cabinet. So I have a ton of really like stuff that we use every day, and I also use it to kind of look at the kids and myself. We dance, we do little dance parties in the morning. It's great. So the bathroom is probably my favorite spot. I say that about everything on the bus. However, I was very selfish about the bathroom. I knew that I would be using it the most. My husband jumps in lakes and says that he showered, and my kids bathe in the sink. So this was basically my area. I really wanted the Nebbia shower head from Moen. I love it. It is a spa experience. The head goes up and down to kind of get really close. It mists your whole body, and it works really well in a small space because the mist kind of just falls around you and it doesn't get too cold in here. It stays really toasty. The concrete walls, they're faux concrete from Home Depot. It's just a really cool texture. It just kind of fit the aesthetic of the bus. So I love that about this shower. I really wanted a porthole. Found it on eBay. It's like an old brass porthole. It's really great. We have a Nature's Head toilet, which is awesome. I was a little nervous about a compostable toilet because it just sounded kind of like, oh, we're going to be like carrying around our fecal matter, but honestly, it's not bad at all. It's super easy to clean. You don't really have to touch anything. They've really nailed the design, and it's just it's been a lifesaver. You don't want to have to leave the bus every time you have to go to the bathroom, or the kids have to go to the bathroom. So love the Nature's Head. I have a cool really pretty lamp in here. It's a prism lamp and a vintage medicine cabinet that we threw in last minute. I found it at a vintage shop and it was just the perfect fit. And of course we have the Pendleton towels because why not? So yes, the shower, the bath, this is like all me right here. Welcome to the bedroom. This bedroom is actually kind of high. I'm actually sitting very close to the roof. It's a king bed. And we did that because every once in a while we co-sleep and the kids jump in bed here. We actually have a really large television that goes up and down on an actuator. Husband had to have it. So we actually watch a lot of movies in bed together, which is really fun. I wanted 2 windows so we could have some kind of panoramic view going on, so we can lay in bed, look out at the ocean or the trees, and bring nature indoors a little bit, and we really relax here. So a lot of the time we're just in bed, cuddling, relaxing, and just hanging out. We have some LED light strips, and I really wanted a disco ball, but that didn't happen yet. Not gonna say it doesn't happen in the future. I have way too many pillows, but I love them. And we have a Tempur-Pedic mattress. It's awesome. We love it. Yeah, I mean, it's really cozy and comfy in here. I try to stay with like natural linens and cottons so that, because the temperature changes a lot while you're on the road. So you want stuff that breathes really well. So I ended up with a Belgian cotton linen duvet, and I really love it. Yeah, we have an inverter here in the back. It's actually a mini split. We can get 75 in here eco like all night long with our solar. It works really, really well. I 1000% recommend having a mini split in your bus. It also works for heat, and although we haven't had to use the heat yet, just keeping the temperature like neutral at 75 is really great. I have a curtain that goes across here for a little bit of privacy for mom and dad. And also if the baby's napping in here, I can just pull the curtain, which is great. And I also have a baby monitor that is mounted, and that's really great for when I'm outside the bus and I just want to keep an eye on the baby. So that's basically it. That's our bedroom. It sits on top of the dog den and the garage. I really wanted a place for the dogs to feel comfortable and also like kind of tucked away when I'm working in the bus. So yeah, it's kind of like where we all hang out. This is the loft. Our schoolie has a loft, and it wasn't there originally. My husband actually fabricated the loft after my request. This is where Coulter sleeps. This is our 4-year-old's bed. He hangs out up here. He's got a stadium chair, which kind of works like a little captain's chair. And he's got like plugs for his iPads, and he's got a dinosaur coming out of the wall. I thought we'd just have fun with it and let him kind of create his space. I wanted to make sure that he had a little space to feel like it was his own. So this is his room. Having kids in a bus can be difficult. Not gonna lie, it's not always easy. We're very new at this.
But is having kids easy?
Yeah, having
it's
kids
super
are hard
rewarding,
already.
but it's not. You're gonna find that anywhere. We we both grew up on cul-de-sacs growing up in the 80s.
And it was a beautiful thing. We loved our lifestyle, just be able to run outside, play with friends. It was the same friends, which was cool. Now our kids are meeting different friends all of the time. And so Coulter does get a little sad. My friends, I don't want to leave this campsite. And I'm like, but you're going to make new friends.
And that's the thing, is the skill of making new friends everywhere he goes.
And being social.
It's really cool to see, because he just goes out and he finds a new friend and makes new friends everywhere he goes.
Yeah, I think
within
it's
seconds.
really good for him.
And it's cool to see.
Yeah. Napping, we've figured out naps on the bus. In the back, we have blackout shades, so we pull those down. We make sure it's safe. I've got my baby cam hooked up and she naps, and I don't know, it's not hard unless you make it hard. And to be honest with you, we're not really schedule people, so we kind of just roll with it. And I think in a bus life, you probably have to be a little bit like that, more like that than on a rigid schedule. You kind of have to go with the flow, roll with the plan, and if it works out, it's great, and if it doesn't, then you kind of have to just be able to switch. He's really good at that.
Yeah.
So yeah, kids on a bus, it works. You just kind of have to be ready for.
With you guys, the internet. Have you heard of it? There's so many tools out there for kids. There's so many ways to get education that way. And you guys, to go out and see the waterfall firsthand, to see the Science Museum firsthand, hands-on learning.
Yeah.
You cannot get there without being on the road and doing it for yourself. It's such a unique, especially at this time in their lives when they're so young, they're getting so much of that firsthand experience that you can't get in a playground, in a school.
Yeah.
So here's the driver's seat. This is where I do most of the driving. We haven't really taught Dina how to drive yet, but that's how I keep my job around here. That's how I get to stick around. We've got a Bostrom seat, which Grandma actually bought for us, which was really nice. We've got a Forever Sharp steering wheel, nice wood steering wheel. We upgraded our audio because the bus is just loud enough that we put two 12s in, so we've got a really nice speaker system going, which is great. So we don't really use the radio. We keep Pandora or something playing all the time. One of my favorite things is taking we got rid of this horn and we went with the big train horn. And I've had moments going down the road where you get a lot of people doing this and you're looking and you give them the little nerd nerd. And Dina cracks up about it, but it's one of my favorite things. We did to a fire truck the other day and all the guys were like giving me this. It was great. So yeah, you got to have a train horn on your bus. But from here, I'll take it to the garage. All right, so this is the garage. Basically, underneath the bed is broken into two spaces. We've got all our clothing. And then back here is everything we need to fix any issue anywhere we go. All right, so we've got our freshwater input. You hook it up to the hose or you hook it up to a barrel and add some more. We've got a 100-gallon tank underneath the bus in the middle to kind of distribute the weight evenly. This is for the city water. So you hook that right in and then you bypass all your other water. We've got extra thing. We were thinking about maybe having be able to draw water out of a stream or something. So you hook up a plug and do it that way. We've got our mini split down here. We've got heat and AC. Everything runs off our batteries. We've got our hot water heater. This is a 16-inch roof raise. So we had to buy galvanized steel. We got that tip from Chuck Cassidy. Follow him if you're building a bus. He's a legend. Galvanized steel on the outside, new windows. I'd suggest going with double paned, but those are twice as expensive. But double paned windows, these are single paned, but they work great, depending if you stay in warmer climates. Under here is our gray water. And I don't know if Dina told you, but we have 40 gallons of gray water compared to 100 gallons of fresh water. And we've got some stories about the balance of that, because if you're not prepared to fill up your 40-gallon tank, you can run into problems, and we have already done that. So the learning curve of being fresh into your schoolie adventure, we've already ran across a couple of those things, but it adds for an adventure again. All right, welcome to the top of the bus. You're looking at 600 watts of solar going into 600 amp hours of batteries. I'd love to have more than that, but building a bus by yourself, it's kind of learning as you go. And so we are going to upgrade this when we can, but it's doing great for right now. We've got the max air fan that will circulate air through this bus. Awesome. Highly recommended whether you're in a van. I mean, shoot, you can put this in any tiny home and it will push air through. We've been using the rooftop deck here for, sunsets with Mom and I. It's way too tall to put the kids up here, but I guess it makes for, some alone time with parents, which is great. We've got a Starlink mounted up top, and that thing is awesome. The one downside is you have to come up and unplug it and bring it down, and I'm always scared that I'm going to beat it up. It's working phenomenally. As long as you don't have any trees, this will get internet, awesome internet, anywhere you go. Everybody's got Starlinks nowadays, but highly recommend getting one of those. They're excellent. I'm a professional photographer by trade. Dina has Westerly.
I own a vintage shop. Also, I'm a jewelry designer, so I have my own jewelry line. I kind of a jack of all trades. I sew, I make things, and so I do that on the side, and I'm able to work out of the bus. I'm able to work outside under the trees, just set up my sewing machine. It's really wonderful. So we're on the road, and we're kind of nomading it, and
we're pickers
also,
too.
Yeah.
She finds vintage in all these random places.
Yeah, it's a great way to recycle and, have a sustainable life. And we also want to make actually this whole transition easier for other people. So we are thinking about making our own schoolie RV product line.
So a lot of things that I wanted for the bus that I couldn't get. And so
that's in the works.
Yeah, I want to make sure that people can get certain DC outlets, certain things that, shoot, they should exist.
Cool.
Why are they not there?
Yeah, it should be accessible and easy, and you shouldn't have to wait like 4 weeks for it to come from China or, whatever. So yeah, we're working on a few different things.
Always
we're
scheming.
Entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
We're very, we have our hands in a lot of
But because of that,
pots.
we've been able to spend, it's only been 2 months, but every waking moment with our children. And
that's priceless.
Not missing these little moments. My son learning how to ride his bike. If I missed that because I was at work somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that
it's
we're
been
present
amazing.
and with these kids at this time in their life. We're gonna have babies for such a short time that.
Yeah. A few more years and then they're.
Do not wait till you're retired to follow your dreams.
Yeah. Do it now. If you're actually sitting there thinking, could I do this, or I can't do this? Oh, I can never do that.
You can do it.
You can do it.
If you want to do it.
You can do it.
You
can do it. There's so many different ways to make money. We make money like probably 6 or 7 different ways right now. So it's just figuring out what you like and figuring out the need and then filling the need. Thank you so much for watching and coming on this journey with us. If you want to follow us, we're at Sundance Bus on Instagram. And we have a TikTok, which is at Sundance.
At Sundance Bus.
And we have a YouTube channel that's just starting up.
At Sundance Bus.
Thank you so much for watching.
See ya.
Bye.